everyone, and welcome to Northdale Middle School Pool for the battle, CTN's live presentation for the battle of the pool supremacy between the Bengals from Blaine and the Coon Rapids Cardinals. Howie Shapiro poolside, along with a very special guest, longtime coach Jamie Law. And Jamie, certainly I want to thank you for joining us, because otherwise it would have been just me and we would have been in trouble. So
happy to be here.
Absolutely. So talk a little bit about the team while the JV goes on here before we get the varsity started. Talk a little bit about the season so far coming into this match.
Well, we've got about a month underneath both teams' belts, and Blaine brings back a very talented squad from last year. They didn't lose much off their team, so they have they're pretty well stacked this year. Coon Rapids has a large group of seniors this year, but doesn't have the talent returning and number-wise than Blaine. Well, there'll be some good races tonight, but overall, Blaine's team depth should show its strength today as far as they have the numbers, and I think they have a little more overall team, like I said, team depth.
Coach Donaldson was telling me that Coon Rapids has quite a lot of divers, and so some of the divers may have to participate in some swimming events eventually as this season continues.
Exactly. On the Coon Rapids squad, a lot of the divers are swimmers, and actually I think throughout the conference, a lot of the divers on the teams are swimmers as well. I mean, diving is one event out of the whole swimming and diving lineup, so those athletes are athletes, so they can compete in swimming events, so it's not uncommon.
So talk about maybe some particular events that we want to pay attention to tonight, especially for the Cardinals.
The Cardinals are still, at this point in the season, Coach Donaldson is trying to get every one of his athletes in every single event.
Sure.
And he's not trying to match up lineups with the other team, per se. He's trying to get his kids trying every event, seeing where their strengths lie, getting things in place so as they enter the championship part of the season, they know what events they do well, and they can place them in the correct events that the championship means.
Great. Well, we're about to start the varsity first 200-yard medley relay. The Bengals will be in lane 2, 4, 6, and 8, and the Cardinals will have swimmers in lane 3 and 5. The swimmers for the Bengals in lane 2 will be Annalise Bosley, Lauren Roberstead, Han Tron, and Lindsay Lundberg. For the Cardinals in lane 2, it's Jacqueline Bob, Claire Hendrick, Madison Volk, Anna Haas. Lane 4, Isabel Stadden, Alyssa Parsons, Sarah Knox, Julia Roberstead for the Bengals. And we are about to get things started, so we'll finish up. A good start to this race. Looks like Annalie Bosley, I believe in lane 2 with a lead.
Blaine's got their top
Blaine's
two.
Got their top, yeah.
Top two backstrokers. Lane 4 is Isabel Stanton, I believe an 8th grader. She's one of the top backstrokers in our conference. And then in lane 6 is Mackenzie Johnson, another one of the top backstrokers in the conference. And leading off for Coon Rapids was Aaliyah Perkins. She hasn't posted as quick a times this year as the two swimmers from Blaine, but she held her own there. Now in the water for Bengals in lane 4, the lead is Alyssa Parsons.
Yeah, and they have a pretty big lead in lane 4 for the Bengals.
Correct. And 7th grader for Coon Rapids, Megan Schultz, has moved away from the swimmer in lane 6 at this point, Lindsay Anderson.
And then and the Parsons is going to touch the wall. Sarah Knox can enter the water in lane 4 for the Bengals with the lead.
Not surprising, Blaine has a very talented medley relay. Just look up at the record board there. Parsons Johnson are back off their record-setting relay from last year and are swimming this year, and they continue to lead the Coon Rapids team.
Sarah Knox getting to the wall, and Julia Roberstead going to finish the last leg of this medley for the Bengals.
The Bengals have posted sub-2-minute medley relays this year. And Coon Rapids has been right at the 2-minute mark. So looks like once again Blaine's going to post a sub-2-minute time, and Coon Rapids will be right around the 2-minute mark again.
Yeah, so they will take first place Cardinals will take, I believe, second. That was a pretty good event. So a first for the Bengals, a second for the Cardinals, third and fourth for the Bengals, and fifth place will be the Cardinals team coming in at that place.
Relays are important in this meet. I mean,
Yep.
there's only 3 relays in the events, but the scoring's big. It's 8 for first, 4 for second, and 2 for third. So you win that relay, you win the event.
All right, we're going to take a quick break and be back for the 200-yard freestyle right after this.
So who's going to do what?
I'll pack the dead batteries.
Great.
I'll only put what I don't need into a duffel bag.
Perfect. That's totally unhelpful.
No problem.
Meanwhile, I will try to comfort everyone by speaking in a calm voice. And who is going to handle supplies?
I can forget to do a list for us.
Thanks, pal.
We couldn't be any less prepared. I'm proud of you guys.
Talk to your kids about who to call, where to meet, what to pack. Visit ready.gov/kids for tips and information.
Welcome back to Northdale Middle School Pool. We're ready for the 200-yard freestyle. On line 2, Sydney Velquette for Blaine, Spencer Stewart in 3 for Coon Rapids, Samantha Janicek for Blaine in lane 4, Bronwyn White for the Cardinals in lane 5, Catherine Egloff Jensen and Maren Khan in 6 and 8 respectively for the Bengals.
200-yard freestyle. It's a tricky race. 8 lanes to the pool. And you definitely don't want to go out too fast because you pay for it at the end of this race. So look for the swimmers to kind of establish a pace with this second 50 and then build that last 100. Swimming first, Blaine in lane 4, Samantha Janicek.
Yep.
She's out in the lead here, looking strong. It's important that she gets this third 50 going strong. Bronwyn White for Coon Rapids, a senior, is having a phenomenal season, has turned in some of her lifetime bests up to this point, and we're not close to the championship part of the season, and she's swimming very well. She's swimming with a good race with Catherine Egoff Jensen from Blaine in lane 6.
Well, you know, and I know that that obviously the goal is to better your time for each individual race, and I know what's that Coach Donaldson, the girls are working hard to make sure that they do that. As Samantha Janicek holding on to that lead, followed by Bronwyn White, and as you mentioned, Catherine Egloff Jensen in third, but looks like she's trying to take over the second place spot from White.
Let's see if who's got the kick left here this last 25. A good turn by Bronwyn White, and this is where they've got to get that last ounce of energy going. I know Doug has been, Donaldson's been working, kicking at Coon Rapids, and so you expect to see his girls finish strong.
Well, the all-important turn is important here in this race as well, but it looks like Samantha Janicek is going to take it, and also looks like Catherine Egloff Jensen is going to overtake Bronwyn White for second place.
Along with Sydney in lane 2.
Oh, and Sydney in 2, yeah, come in. So the Bengals will take the sweep 1, 2, and 3. With Cardinals coming in 4. And Spencer Stewart finishing up in lane 3 for Coon Rapids.
The time of 2:37.02.
So the Bengals strong there, taking first, second, and third.
Strong finish by Blaine on that event.
Now the Bengals are going to take a healthy lead here.
Picking up 13 points in that event.
Yep. All right, we're going to take another break, and we'll be right back with the 200-yard individual medal varsity race right after this.
Oh, look, a redhead.
Staring contest.
still got it.
I know.
Come alive with the forest.
The dad was cute.
They were looking right at us.
Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest near you.
Welcome back to Northdale Middle School pool, where the score happens to be Blaine 23, Coon Rapids 7. Howie Shapiro along with Jamie Law. And Jamie, this is with the 200-yard IM varsity competition. Lane 2 is Isabel Stadden for Blaine. Lane 3, Jacqueline Bobb for Coon Rapids. Julia Roberstad for Blaine. Megan Schultz in lane 5 for Coon Rapids. Ashlyn Sullivan in lane 6 for Blaine. Mackenzie Hagan in lane 7 for Coon Rapids. And Brianna Westlow in lane 8 for the Bengals.
Got a good, should have a good race here. Isabel Stanton in lane 2, and
yes.
Julia Roberts said are some of the top swimmers in the Blaine squad. Should be a good race. Megan Schultz, first year in high school swimming from Coon Rapids.
Stadden in lane 2, so we'll keep an eye on her. She's a strong swimmer. Looks like she's gonna jump out just an early lead.
Slight lead for Megan Schultz in lane 5 for Coon Rapids, right ahead of the 2 Blaine swimmers on either side of her, along with Isabel in lane 2. Knowing Isabel is a backstroker, she should be the next leg, which is a backstroke leg. She should be able to make up a little ground. Nice turn out of Megan.
So far, Megan's holding that lead.
And it really, in this event, you have to have 4 good strokes to fly back, breast, and free. It definitely helps if you're a good breaststroker, because that portion of the race, you're coming into your 3rd leg, and it usually helps. And you'll see here, Isabel has taken the lead.
Yeah, very strong backstroke.
That is her event. To expect that. But Megan is hanging in there. And we'll see this. Megan's a good breaststroker. Let's see if she can use this to her advantage. A good pullout. She made up a little bit of ground on the pullout. But Julia Robertstad is a breaststroker for Blaine, and I expect good things out of her. Ashlyn Sullivan in lane 6 is having a nice effort. And Jackie Bobb for Coon Rapids is having a decent swim.
As far as Stadden is going to hold on to that lead. But Megan Schultz so far doing a good job of trying to keep that 2nd place position.
Yeah, and it looks like she might have a slight edge. We'll check out the splits here on the board. It gives you the running time along with the split. And Megan Schultz split a 42, and Isabel is a 44, so she made up a couple seconds there on her. We'll see if Megan can put a decent 50 on the last freestyle end of this race.
Well, she certainly knows her competition, and obviously, maybe, I don't know if she feels a little bit of pressure in this situation, but she's swimming strong.
She's, first year high school swimming.
Yeah.
Isabel swam last year. She's an 8th grader. Megan's just a 7th grader. They're going to turn in some nice times here.
So Stadden will take it. Schultz will finish 2nd, and Robertstead will finish 3rd.
And Ashlyn Sullivan.
Yep.
With the 2:30.42, it takes 4th place.
So Blaine will take 1st, 3rd, and 4th. The 2 swimmers finishing. The Cardinals will take 5th. So a nice heat for Stan, but a really nice heat for Megan Schultz as well.
Definitely. Those are some nice swims. There is a conference meet. You always like to post a good time in a conference meet to move your chances up for getting all conference. So, yeah, some nice swims.
Well, we will take a break at this point. The 50-yard freestyle, first the JV, but we'll be back with the varsity heat right after this. Welcome back to Northdale Middle School pool, where the Blaine Bengals hold a 34-12 lead over the Coon Rapids Cardinals. We're about to start the 50-yard freestyle varsity race, and Coach Jamie Law, of course, joining me. And Jamie, talk a little bit about the 50 and what we expect for Coon Rapids.
Well, like I said, Doug's trying some different things. He's early on meets the season. He's got Perkins, Aaliyah Perkins in lane 3, who's primarily a butterfly or backstroker, doing a little sprinting, and Lizzie Geezy, who's a distance freestyler butterflyer, and 200 freestyler doing a sprinting. In the off season, Elizabeth Geezy, her best event is the mile, so it usually takes her about 500 yards just to get warmed up. So it'll be interesting to see what she does in this 50. Primarily not a sprinter. And then in lane 7 is Callie Smith-Hansen, up and coming.
Just a freshman.
Yes. Just getting started with it.
It's a good start for the Bengals.
Yep. And in this race, it's so much a start and a turn.
Yep,
can
absolutely.
determine the winner of this race. And nice turn out of Elizabeth Geezy. Good kick off the wall. Yes. See that water churning behind her. That is so important.
I see that, and she's gonna get to the wall, and the Cardinals are gonna take the finish, first place, with Megan, I believe, with Julia Roberstead is gonna finish in.
Justina Costa was Sarah Knox.
No,
in
Sarah
lane
Knox.
6.
Yeah.
Came in second, and third was Erica Justin in lane 2. Followed up by Justine Costa in lane 4, and Leah Perkins 5th for Coon Rapids.
So a nice win by Lizzie Geezy. Was able to get the victory, the first place finish, and obviously like to see more of those from the Cardinals. And as you talked about, Coach Donaldson working some things out, different parts of the lineup and the swimmers, and they need to get involved in a nice win for Lizzie Geezy.
Yep.
We're going to take a break and be back in a little bit.
If you store your guns properly, I'll feel safer when I'm playing outside.
Safer when walking home.
I won't have to tell so many family members. I'm sorry.
I won't hear as many scary stories.
And I won't have to tell my kids. This isn't a drill.
Please.
Please, do it for us.
Your family, friends, and neighbors are all counting on you. Never let your gun get into the wrong hands. Remember, always, lock it up. Visit ncpc.org.
Welcome back to Northdale Middle School Pool. We are in the middle of the diving events. I am now joined by head coach Doug Donaldson, and Doug, former Coon Rapids grad, former CTN alum, as I remember. Welcome.
Thank you. It's good to be here. Let's be quiet here for a second. Get the golf clap out,
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. It's or we could just speak in a whisper.
22.95. Nicole, 52.11A, back dive, half twist, straight, 1.8.
So this week is Twister week, so all the girls have to have twist dives this week.
Okay. So next up for the Cardinals is Alyssa Macheski. She's doing a forward somersault with a half twist free and a 1.7 difficulty. Next up for the Cardinals is Anna Haas, doing a forward dive with a half twist straight, 1.8 level of difficulty.
Yeah, they've all been working really hard on the dives this week. So getting those half twists, full twists in. So it'll be interesting to see what they got tonight.
2 5s and a 4.5. Julianne Anderson for Coon Rapids.
She's one of our captains of this year. It's a good dive.
Yep. A 5.5, a 5, and a 5.5.
Yeah, you're looking to get about 30-some points on the dive. So 28.8 for the score is pretty good.
Next up is Caitlin Biernett from Blaine. Back somersault with a half twist free, 1.7. Nice entry into the water.
When they enter on their feet like that, you're looking for your hands at your sides, and she did a good job of that, keeping her hands at her sides.
2 5s and a 5.5. Alyssa Barron up next for Coon Rapids. A forward dive, half twist straight, 1.8 degree of difficulty.
Alyssa's a junior for us. She's been diving on team for a couple years now. Didn't quite get up on that one. Needs a little bit more elevation. But it was a good attempt.
Next up is Abigail Egloff Jensen, a 4, 3, and a 4 for Alyssa. Back 1.5 somersault, half twist free, 1.8. I understand she's a very good diver.
Abby's one of the best divers in the state, yeah. So we should see a pretty good dive here. A little bit off to the side of the board line, but what do you want to see in diving is the clean lines, and that's what she's really good about that. She's got really clean lines.
Well, nice score, 6, a 5.5, and a
very good score. Yeah.
Katie Langley up next for Blaine. Nice elevation again. Pretty good entry into the water. A 5, a 5, and a 6.
It's a good dive. Really good dive. Into the water nice and clean.
103C, forward, 1.5 somersault tuck, 1.6.
Sophia Valquette, 3 4s across the board.
Mackenzie, 101C, forward dive, 1.2.
Erica Mooring for Blaine. We're gonna take a quick break, and we'll be right back with some more diving right after this.
Ballerina.
Sometimes all it takes to be a dad is remembering how to be a kid again.
Take time to be a dad today.
Welcome back to Northdale Middle School Pool. Howie Shapiro along with head coach Doug Donaldson. And this next dive is going to be the Cardinal diver Alyssa Macheski.
She's doing a back one somersault, half twist free, which means it's a open position. So she got around pretty well on that. A little bit actually over. So that's, maybe she should try. I think she should try for 1.5 next time.
Yeah, 4, 4.5, and a 4.
Very nice from her.
Next up is Anna Haas for the Cardinals. She's doing a back dive with a half twist straight, 1.8 level of difficulty.
Anna's one of our seniors this year, one of our mini seniors this year. So she's been a really good girl to have on the team for quite a while. This is her 6th year on the team. So
that's great.
It's good. She got up well. She got that twist.
Nice entry into the water as well. Fives across the board.
Very good dive.
Juliana Anderson coming up next for the Cardinals. She's doing a forward 1.5 twist. With a 1 twist and a free. 2.2 level of difficulty. A little more difficult dive.
She's going to twist or flip all the way around enter on her with her hands. And she's going to do a full twist doing that too. You can see how much flipping is going on in there.
There's a lot of movement.
A lot of movement.
Yeah, and I know the key obviously is the entry into the water as well. It's a tough dive. 5s across the board.
Yeah, the biggest thing there is the degree of difficulty. So it's a mathematical equation. So the higher DD, the higher your scores will be.
Absolutely. Caitlin Biernett for Blaine now doing a back dive tuck. 1.5 degree of difficulty.
Yeah, she started really well in that tuck. Just didn't quite get to the top of the elevation, but that was a really good dive.
She did 2 5s and 4.5. Alyssa Barron for Coon Rapids, an inward dive with a tuck, 1.4 degree of difficulty.
So she's actually going to be backwards on the board and then diving in towards the board in the inward with the tuck. So it can kind of be one of those dives that, if you're not sure about it, it can be a little hairy. So. But she does it well.
Nice dive. Yeah, she got a lot of elevation away from the board. She's going to get 5.5 across the board. Nice score.
Yep. Well warranted on that one. That was a good dive.
Abigail Egloff Jensen for the Bengals. A back 1.5 somersault in pike position. 2.3 level of difficulty.
The pike position is a little bit harder because you keep your legs out, but you're tucking tight. A little bit harder than the tuck. So it gets a little bit more DD on this one.
Good dive, but I noticed the level coming into the water a little bit off for her. She's got 5s across the board.
Yeah, it's a solid dive. I think she probably knows she can do better than that, but it's a good dive.
Katie Langley up next for the Bengals. Back 1.5 somersault in the tuck position. Got 4.5, 5.5, and a 5.5. Nice scores for her.
Very good dives on that round.
All right, we'll be back. We're going to take a little break and be back with some more diving right after this.
Hey, Hard, what's this?
That's my resignation letter.
You're resigning.
Why? Because you're constantly ignoring me. You're half as active as you used to be, and you get stuff like this. You've been putting me under a lot of pressure lately. That's why I'm ready to quit.
I forgot. I'll do better. Please.
Don't quit on me. Okay. But remember, it's not what you say. It's what you do.
Listen to your heart. Don't let it quit on you.
Let's go for a walk.
Uncontrolled high blood pressure could lead to a stroke, heart attack, or death. Get yours to a healthy range before it's too late.
Welcome back to Northdale Middle School Pool. We're in the middle of round 3 diving. This is Alyssa Macheski for Coon Rapids. Forward dive with the tuck.
Looking for a really nice tight tuck here. Good clean entry. Kick those legs out right there, and then nice. Good dive. Right, 5, 6, and 5. That's great.
Nice score.
Yeah.
Forward dive tuck, 1.2.
Anna Haas with a forward dive and a tuck, 1.2 degree of difficulty.
Same dive as Alyssa just did. Let's see how Anna executes it. Very well there,
got
too.
Great elevation, nice entry into the water. 6s across the board. That's a nice score.
Very good score. A little bit better than Alyssa on that one, but it was a good dive. Yep.
Next up, Juliana Anderson, a forward 1.5 somersault with a twist in free position, 2.2 level difficulty.
You see how they contort their body to get around on those.
See her scores come across, a 5.5 and 2 6s, a nice score for her. Caitlin Biernet, inward dive with a pike, 1.5 degree difficulty.
Something to point out, last year, I don't know if you noticed, you look down at the pool right now, there's big black and gray blocks behind all the lanes. And actually between last year and this year, over the summer, we just got new blocks, and they match the ones that are at the U of M. So
nice.
We're really happy to get those. Nice hard work from the district to help us get those, and
it's always good.
Gonna make a difference.
I'm sure it will. Absolutely. 5.5s across the board for Caitlin. Alyssa Barron for the Cardinals, a forward 1.5 somersault in the tuck position, 1.6 degree of difficulty.
Good dive.
Yeah, and really nice dive. Got a lot of elevation. See what the judges think of it.
No, she's a pole vaulter, so she should be able to get up and jump well.
A 5, a 5.5, and a 4.5. Abigail Egloff Jensen, reverse 1.5 somersault in the tuck position, 2.1 degree of difficulty.
It's a solid dive from Abby. You know, it looks like she's not quite as sharp as usual, but you know, we're still kind of early in the season, so I think she'll work those.
Yeah,
out.
4.5, 2 5s. And the Katie Langley of Blaine finishing up round 3 with an inward dive, pike position, 1.5 degree of difficulty. Good entry into the water. 5 and 2 6s, and the judges like that. Well, we're gonna take a quick break again and be back with more from round 4 in diving right after this.
Hey everybody! Heart disease affects 1 in every 3 women in America, but you can fight back. There's no time to lose. Mothers, sisters, daughters, families, and friends, it's time to shout louder, stand stronger, and demand change. Let's go!
To the Batmobile. Dang it.
To the invisible jet! Dang it. Together, we can put an end to heart disease. It's time to go red for women. I could use your help. Learn more from the American Heart Association at www.goredforwomen.org.
Welcome back to Northdale Middle School Pool. Doug Donaldson, Howie Shapiro bringing you all the action. Alyssa Macheski doing a forward somersault tuck.
Very well executed, kick it out at the right time and get the feet in the water. Nice and tall, and then entry.
24.5.
Anna Haas next for Cardinals, doing a back dive, straight position, 1.7 degree of difficulty.
just looking to get as straight as you can here. Kind of use your core to flip over. So she just tries to stay really straight on the dive and just really pull herself with her core all the way around. That's a good dive.
Got a 4.5, 2 5s. Diana. Juliana Anderson doing a inward 1.5 somersault tuck position, a 2.2 level of difficulty.
She's going to look to get around quick on this. Got to really get some up. I mean, didn't quite get the pop that she needed on that one, but she got a round on it, so she's going to get a good score here. She'll about 4s.
4.5, 2 5s.
I'm a little hard on her, I guess.
Caitlin Biernan up next, an inward somersault in the tuck position, a 1.6 level. Well, you're the coach. You can be hard on her.
Yeah. I mean, that's what Mike, our diving coach, is for. Actually, he's doing really good work. We have 9 or 10 girls on the diving,
great.
And so on a team of about 30 girls, a 30-year team as divers, it's quite a task. And some of them swim, so that's good. But we're lucky to have that many divers.
Absolutely.
A lot of teams don't have those kind of numbers. So we're actually one of the bigger diving teams in the conference.
Great. It's good to hear.
Compared to like Anoka even, and we're up there with Elk River and those teams. So
that's great.
And they have 70, 80 girls on their team, so it's pretty fun to.
It's great to be able to say that.
Yeah.
Alyssa Barron now for the Cardinals with a reverse dive in the tuck position, a 1.6 degree difficulty. Got a nice elevation, nice entry into the water. Let's see what our judges think. 6 is 5.5 and a 5.5.
It's a good score. We're warning her pretty well for that one.
Now Abigail Egloff Jensen doing a forward 1.5 somersault, 1 twist in a free position, a 2.2 level difficulty.
Let's see if she can kind of rein it in here and really nail a good one. Yeah,
nice dive.
That was her best dive.
Yeah, that was nice. Got great elevation, great twist into the water. A 6.5, a 7, and a 6.5. Nicest, the best score. Her nice dive, best score of the night.
Yeah, it's one of those fun things being, a high school coach is you get to see kids from both sides of the pool. We got Blaine here, and it's just fun to watch the kids go out there and compete. And when you get a girl like Abby who's as talented as she is, and she's top in the state, it's fun to watch. So it's good for both teams to have that kind of diving in the pool.
Yeah, absolutely. We're going to start round 5 now with Alyssa McChesney for the Cardinals doing a back dive straight position, a 1.7 degree of difficulty.
I believe Anna did this on the last round, so it's the same thing, just trying to stay as tight as you can. Use your core to get yourself around. Get a nice clean entry. She got a little bit back on it. She was leaning back on that dive. Didn't quite jump up tall.
Yeah, her scores show that, 2 3s and a 5.
Yep.
Anna Haas now for the Cardinals doing a back somersault and tuck position, 1.5 degree of difficulty.
Just got to let the board kind of shoot you up in the air. Get around nice and tight. Keep those legs. She got it around pretty well.
Yeah, she did. We'll see what the judges think. 4.5, 4 and a 5.
I think on the entry, her hands were a little bit apart from her side, so they're going to nick her a little bit for that. So,
up next for the Cardinals, Juliana Anderson, her inward 1.5 somersault in the tuck position at 2.2 level degree of difficulty.
I think it's a forward, actually. But yeah, we're good.
Oh, I'm looking at the wrong
Yeah,
one. Sorry.
that's right. No, gotcha. That's okay.
That's why you're here.
It's nice to see her get that around. She's
she should score well here. That was a nice dive.
She actually is better doing pikes, so it's good to see her getting that tuck involved.
5.5, 4.5, and a 5.
As she gets those pikes involved a little bit later on the season, hopefully it'll help her boost that dive a little bit more. That'll be one of the ones she's looking to throw at sections and score well in. So,
Caitlin Biernett, forward 1.5 somersault in the pike position.
Just got a little bit forward on the end of the board, but got it around. That's what matters. Get in the water.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And got good scores. So.
Yeah, 5.5, 5, and a 6.
Sometimes what we see up here isn't quite what the judges see down there. So.
We've got a little elevation that we can look at. Allison Barron up next for the Cardinals. Back somersault in the tuck position. 1.5 degree of difficulty.
Now for Alyssa, the main thing is just use that board, get up, tuck tight. Gonna enter on her feet, nice and straight in. She's diving low tonight.
Yeah, she did. Let's see what the score says. Yeah, nice 5.5, 5.5, and a 5.
Yep.
Abby Egloff Jensen, inward 1.5 somersault in the pike position at 2.4 level of difficulty.
This is where the degree of difficulty really comes into play.
Yeah, her next 2 dives are both 2.4.
Yeah, so that's where the points come out of. So if she can get some good scores here, she's really going to jump up here in points. So she actually, it may be hard to see on the video, but she actually went out to the side on that one. And if the judges notice that, they will deduct her a little bit. But it looks like they gave her some
6.5, 7, and a 6.5. She got awfully close to that board.
Yeah. There's actually a range where they don't want you to get too close, but
yeah,
they want
you
you
to
be close to
enough.
Yeah.
Last diver, Katie Langley, in this round. This is a forward with somersault twist free position.
I wouldn't be surprised if Nick starts getting her doing a 1.5 on that one, because she was getting around a little bit on it. So
3.5. Now we're going to start the final round of diving. Round 6 with Alyssa McChesky, an inward dive in the tuck position. 1.4 the level of difficulty.
Yeah, really solid night tonight from Alyssa. She's really dove well. All of her dives looked really nice and clean, good entries.
5s across the board.
5s across the board.
Yep. Anna Haas, her final dive is going to be an inward dive in a tuck, same dive as Alyssa just did.
Let's see how she executes this one. Nice and tall on that entry. Got a good tuck going. That should be good. That should be some really good scores.
That should be a good score.
Yeah, 6.
Yeah, nice score. 2 scores, 6, 6, and a 5.5. Juliana Anderson in her final dive of the night, a back dive in the pike position, a 1.6 degree of difficulty.
It's just about where you kick out here. You kick out too early, you're going to end up on your back. Kick out too late, you'll end up on your front.
Oh, nice.
Very nice. Kept her feet nice and tight. Pointing those toes, entering the water.
And she should get a good score as well.
And about 5s, yep.
5.5 and a 6. Caitlin Biernett, a reverse dive in the tuck position, a 1.6 degree of difficulty.
I think it's the only reverse we see tonight, so they're going to actually jump off the end of the board and then flip backwards towards the board. A lot of divers have difficulty with this one, as you can imagine.
Yeah, I could imagine.
It's a blind dive. See how they get that head back towards the board and it gets a little scary.
I would think so.
That was a good dive, though.
Yeah, nice score. 5.5, 6, and a 5.5. Alyssa Barron's final dive will be a back dive straight position, a 1.7 degree of difficulty.
Once again, just looking to use your core, get the board to get you up. Just stay tight all the way through that. Nice, clean entry. Very nice. Had a little bit of a kick at the end, but that was very good.
Yeah, nice, and the scores indicate 6s and a 5.5.
Not quite her best score so far this year, but this week is Twister week, and so every week they change what the required dives are. So, you know, one week they have something that's in their arsenal, and then the next week maybe something they're not quite as good at, so the scores will fluctuate a little bit.
Abby Adolph, Jensen, a forward, 2.5 somersaults and a tuck, a 2.4, tough dive.
She just got such good lines. That's really what it comes down to.
And her scores, I think, are going to be good in this way. Again, you get that elevation, 2 7s and a 6.5. Yeah. Excellent dive.
Yeah, in 2 dives she got with like 100 and, let's see, if I do the math right here, 90 some points. So it's a 45 points per dive.
Well, and you can see why she's one of the better divers in the state. Mm-hmm. Katie Langley's going to finish this up with a reverse dive and a tuck.
She actually went all the way over on that one, so that's a fail dive. But maybe she should be doing a reverse somersault next time.
And this concludes diving. We'll have
and that will conclude the diving for this evening. We'll be back after a little bit. We'll tally up the score and see where it sits after the diving.
They're coming. Places, everybody.
Light check. 1, 2, 1, 2.
Everything looks good on our end.
And lights.
Come alive with the forest. Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest near you.
Welcome back to Northdale Middle School Pool. We got a little break between the next events and from the diving to the next events, and we're fortunate enough to have head coach Doug Donaldson join us. And Doug, first of all, thank you for joining us. We really appreciate it, and you can drop a little swimming knowledge on us. Talk a little bit about the program and the direction it's heading, if you would.
Yeah, well, first of all, thanks for having me on. I really appreciate it. I appreciate you guys coming out here and broadcasting. You know, we're the only sport during the fall that competes at a different facility than the high school, so it's nice to have people come out and come check us out and watch us. But yeah, no, in terms of the program, you know, we have about 30 girls on the team, quite a few seniors. I think we're about 12 seniors and then one foreign exchange student from the Ukraine. So, you know, we got a lot of people we're going to need to get for next year, but we're doing well. The girls are swimming fast, and the divers are really progressing, and I think we're going to have a really good end of the season. Some good young talent on the team, which is always nice to have. And like I said, we're working hard in practice. We're really focusing on the techniques and getting up and going in the sprints and just getting after it, working hard, trying to push yourself, do your best. Taking a little bit more focus away from the winning aspect. I mean, winning is fun. It's a good thing for the kids and for, you know, everyone to come and watch you win. But, you know, frankly, it's swimming is an individual and a team sport. So you can have success in both individual events, and you can have success as a team. And we're just trying to build that and get there where, you know, we're more and more competitive in our meets. So,
what have you seen from your girls that you've really been pleased with coming into this part of the season?
You know, just a hard-working attitude. A lot of the girls, they're just getting into practice, going after it, willing to race, and not backing down. And, you know, we're putting some girls in some different events tonight, give them a chance to swim some different things and push themselves in different ways that maybe they're not used to. So we have a couple girls that are actually every girl tonight that's swimming the 500 has not swam it this year so far. So one of those things, kind of one of those fun rules I have, that I want everyone to swim like every event and get rid of all of our. I have a whole list of everyone to swim what and what times they've gotten. And so when you have a no time next to the name, you know, then we're going to put you in that event. And it's fun to see it, you know, and they do so much better than they even think that they can, you know, and that's what's fun to see about it. Build some confidence, build some spirit, you know, about and teamwork. Everyone cheers you on when you're swimming those races that you're not used to swimming, and so it's a lot of fun. And that's what we want to do. We want to have fun here. We want to have a good time. We want to work hard and excel and get better. And I think we're on our way to doing that. Like I said, the young talent certainly helps. So
have you had some girls that have surprised you from the first day in the pool till now that have really made great strides in improving their times? And
oh yeah, I mean every year you get new girls to coming out and join the team, and everyone's going to start out a little timid in a sport that you're not used to. But when you come out and you give it your best effort in every practice, time drops are incredible. We've already had girls tonight that are dropping 5-6 seconds in their 50 free, So and that's a huge time drop in a 50 free. So it's really fun. There are a lot of girls. I mean, and actually some of them are seniors. Like Grace Larson is a senior. She just came out this year, and she's continuing to improve. She's working hard. Christina Kosovan, our girl from the Ukraine, she came in, no swimming experience, and she's going after it, and she's swimming hard and dropping a lot of time. One of those girls dropping time, and there's so many others. I mean, I could go down the whole list, and it's fantastic as a coach to see the hard work that they put in practice show up in a meet. That's what you want to see.
You talked about the numbers, about 30 swimmers. What are some of the important steps that you want to take to try and increase the numbers in the years going forward?
Yeah, I mean, one of the things is just understanding that this is a sport that has so many different things to offer, and the main thing is that you can kind of do it on your own and yet be on a team, and so it's that unique quality where you're swimming on your own when you're in the lane. And I swam for 9 years, so when your face is in the water, you're all in your head. I mean, I think it's kind of like golf in that way, where it's kind of on you. And whatever you do is your performance, and that's kind of where we're at. So it's all about mentality, and if you have the right mentality, you can go out and do anything, and that's what we're trying to tell the girls too, and where we're trying to get to, because this team can be good, and they are doing really well, and they will have a good finish of the year because they're working really hard. The mentality's there. We're doing good things. So I'm really excited about it, because I think they're not shocking themselves, but they're very happy about where they're at. So,
we've Joe and I just started our 19th year doing this, which is incredible, and I can't believe that for a minute. But we always think it's one of the coolest things is when an athlete comes back to coach a team, and how special is this for you, swimming at Coon Rapids, now having an opportunity to coach at the varsity level at your alma mater?
It is incredibly special. This is actually the first coaching job I had when I first came out of college. Graduated, and Sarah Valley, who was the head coach here for many years, and Jamie, they both wanted me on board. I kind of needled them a little bit about, hey, you need another coach, can I come and help out? And so I volunteered the first year, and then I ended up getting the assistant coach job at Andover. So I've been coaching for Coon Rapids girls and Andover boys for the past 3 years. So
That's
six seasons of coaching already. That kind of scares me a little bit. It's been that long already, but no, it's been a lot of fun, and it's something I wanted to do when I was in high school. I knew I wanted to be a coach, and that's why. One of the reasons why I kept swimming in college was I learned a lot more as well from my college coach, and just about techniques and things you need to do, and what it takes to be a better swimmer, and what it takes to coach at a higher level, and then getting the job, getting the opportunity here to coach, and especially for my school. I'm a Cardinal through and through.
Absolutely.
So to be able to do that and come back and coach a team that I take a lot of pride in this team. So I think that makes a big difference too. And I've had some really good mentors in coaching with Jamie and Sarah and Pete Crawford at Andover, and all the other coaches in the conference. Everyone's really supportive in the swim coaching and diving ranks. So it's been a lot of fun. It's been a lot of fun, and getting to know more people and meet more people, and just hearing stories from all the years, and it's a great time. So I really enjoy it. I do this completely for fun. So.
And plus you've had the opportunity to cut your television teeth right here on CTN, which is pretty cool. I know you've got some coaching duties to go back to, but I really want to thank you. This is a great opportunity for us to get to talk and to learn more about the program, and we couldn't be happier that you're the new coach.
Well, thank you, Howie, and I'm really excited about the season. We're doing really well, and hopefully we keep it up, and I think we will. So
excellent. Good luck.
You'll be hearing some more emails from me later.
I hope so. They're the highlight of our weeks, but continued good luck, and we really appreciate you sitting in with us.
Thank you, Howie.
You bet. We're going to take a little break, and Jamie Law's back to join us. And it's easy for me. I just got to sit back and relax and let these two guys do all the work. We'll take a break and be right back.
You wouldn't let money just blow out of your house. So when your AC or heater is on, make sure the doors, windows, and fireplace flue are shut tight. If you're headed out, turn down the AC or lower the heat by 10 degrees. And always keep your water heater set at 120. A little bit of common sense goes a long way. Get more great tips at energysaver.gov.
Welcome back to Northdale Middle School Pool, where we're doing the 100-yard butterfly varsity event. Howie Shapiro, Jamie Law back in the booth, and Jamie, it's been a fun meet so far.
It has. I think a little different philosophies here. Blaine's going for the win, and they're swimming a lot of their athletes that have been swimming the same events all season long. And Coach Donaldson and Rodriguez are trying to do some different things. They're still getting their athletes at a lot of new events, and I was looking at their best time sheet, and they've got a lot of first-time swims of the season for their varsity athletes and junior varsity athletes. So they're still trying to get their kids in every event of the high school league lineups. So we look out here over the butterfly. Samantha Janicek has a nice lead over Claire Hendricks from Blaine, or from Coon Rapids, and
Janicek jumped out to a nice lead from the very beginning. She's been controlling this one since the jump.
Yeah, she's a strong butterflyer, and she's showed it over the years even though she's only a sophomore, she's been around the Blaine program for a while. Claire, not a butterflyer for Coon Rapids. She's giving it a shot here and having a nice swim.
Now it looks like Marin Kahn came in second. Janicek, I believe, finishing first.
And a 106.73.
Yep. And the Cardinals will take third. So Blaine with first, fourth, fifth, and second. Not exactly the order I wanted to go in, but
I'm not quite sure. There should have been a swimmer in lane 2 from Blaine, and I'm not sure why that swimmer didn't go. And usually the swimmer in lane 1 doesn't score, so I think there's an error up there. But they'll probably sort that out. At this point in the meet, the score is not that important. I still think they're just, like I said, Coon Rapids is trying to get their swimmers in some different events, and Blaine swimming a lineup that Coon Rapids couldn't compete with tonight. So
Blaine definitely dominating in that, and hopefully we'll get a score here shortly. But we're going to take a break, and we'll be back with the 100-yard freestyle.
Pretty much a good day for me would be people leaving their hands off of me. I'm always called names. Everywhere that I go, there's always someone calling me names, calling me gay. I've been choked, thrown up against a wall, punched. Nobody's ever tried to help me.
Welcome back to Northdale Middle School Pool, where the score is the Blaine Bengals 62, Coon Rapids Cardinals 32. We're about to get the 100-yard freestyle underway. In lane 1 is Spencer Stewart for Coon Rapids, Justin Acosta for Blaine in lane 2, Tamala King in lane 3, Alyssa Parsons 4 for Blaine, Aaliyah Perkins 5 for Coon Rapids, Mackenzie Johnson 6 for Blaine, Olivia Zambrowski for Coon Rapids in 7, and Erica Jensen for Blaine in lane 8.
Should be a good race here with Alyssa Parsons and Kinsey Johnson from Blaine. Kinsey being a senior and Alyssa being a junior. Alyssa is a good sprinter and a breaststroker. She's off to a quick start. In this race, you have to get out fast if you're going to turn in a quick time.
Yeah, and she really did get off fast, and she's increasing her lead.
Nearly 3 seconds ahead of the competition. And she's going to turn in a nice time for this point in the season. And at this point in the season, the girls should really be working pretty hard. The work level's high at practice. The intensity's high, and their swims should be indicating that with being not as quick at this point in the season. 56.51.
It's a nice time. She's did a nice job to take first place.
And no one else under the minute mark there. Second place being Kinsey Johnson at a minute .6. And third place,
Jensen
in lane 8, 1 minute .1.
Acosta from Blaine coming in fourth.
The junior varsity team of the 500 yards freestyle.
And we'll be back right after this with the 500 free, the long one.
There's a shelter pet who wants to meet you. Meet one today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org. Adopt.
Welcome back to Northdale Middle School Pool. Howie Shapiro and Jamie Law bringing you the action. We're about halfway through the 500-yard freestyle varsity, and lane 1 is for Coon Rapids is Jordan Jignow, in lane 2, Catherine Egloff Jensen for Blaine, Anna Haas for Coon Rapids in 3, Kenzie Johnson in lane 4 for Blaine, Claire Hendrick in 5 for the Cardinals, and 2 Blaine swimmers in 6 and 8, Sydney Velquit and Sarah Knox.
And at this point, Mackenzie Johnson in lane 4 has a slight lead over her teammate over in lane 8, Sarah Knox. Almost a pool length ahead of the next group of swimmers. Mackenzie, a state qualifier a couple years back at the 500 freestyle. This is one of her stronger events. She's probably not on the pace she'd want to be at this point in the season, but like I said, they're working hard, so the swims aren't going to be quite as crisp as they want them to be. But that's fine. I mean, at this point in the season, you don't need to be hitting on all 8 cylinders. So,
well, and this is an event, obviously, you have to pace yourself because it is a long one, but I would imagine swimmers know where they are at a certain point where they decide to turn it up towards the end as well.
And as I look out there across the pool, I see Sarah, Jordan, and Claire, Anna, Jordan, and Claire for Coon Rapids, 3 girls that normally would not swim this event, giving it a shot tonight for the Cardinals. And Claire having a nice swim, and actually Anna and Jordan are too. The swimmers from Blaine, this is their event. This is where they shine, and these girls are giving it a try for the first time and being competitive in it.
Well, and Coach Nelson said that he wants to mix it up and get a number of girls at different positions. Maybe they're not comfortable at that at first, but with small numbers, you have to do that.
Exactly. I mean, he's still trying to find where their niche is in the swimming, and sometimes an athlete may think that they're a certain event swimmer, and all of a sudden they realize, hey, I can do something else, and maybe I can do it not only good, but I can do it very well. So it's important that you give these girls and our athletes a chance to try something different, get them out of their comfort zone.
Well, Kenzie Johnson is going to take this race. She raced really well, and as you talked about, state qualifier, and trying to continue to improve on her numbers.
And I think she just got touched up by her teammate over in lane 8, Sarah Knox, a 7th grader. 5:45.03 to 5:45.31.
Yeah, absolutely.
Claire Hendrick has a lot left in her tank. A lot more than she probably thought she had there. Touches up in 5th place in the event.
So the Bengals are going to capture 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. And they will increase the already big lead that they have.
And as far as scoring goes, the 2 outside lanes do not count. So Sarah Knox really didn't take first. It shows it on the board, but she's exhibition. But it's showing her that she's taking first. So they took 1st, 2nd, and 3rd.
3rd, okay.
Which is the most points you can take, 13.
Exactly. Well, to swim exhibition and actually come up with the best time is pretty good.
I haven't seen Sarah swim the 500 free very much, and obviously she's giving it a shot, and she did a very nice job in that event for Blaine.
Well, we've got one swimmer left to finish the race here. before we move on to the 200-yard freestyle relay.
Yep, Jordan is finishing up her last lap.
And that is going to increase the Bengals' lead to 88-38.
And in swimming, there's only 186 points total that can be scored in a meet. A tie being 93-93. As soon as a team hits 94, the meet mathematically is over for the other team. So Jordan's finishing up there, 7:32.86.
And that'll do it for the 500-yard freestyle. We're going to take a quick break and be back in a little bit with, as I mentioned, the 200-yard freestyle relay. Welcome back to Northdale Middle School Pool, where we're going to start the 200-yard freestyle relay. The Bengals are going to be in lane 2, 4, 6, and 8. And the Cardinals, of course, will be in 3, 5, and 7. We'll talk a little bit about this one, Jamie, and what you're looking for here tonight.
Well, it takes 4 quick sprints to have a competitive relay. I mean, we can see who's got the sprinters on their team, the short freestyle relay. It really does matter. A good starts, good turns. You have to put 4 athletes that can turn it over in the water. We have Blaine leading off with Alyssa Parsons and Coon Rapids leading off with Lizzie Geezy, and they're swimming.
That's tight.
It's a tight race there, separated by just a 1/10 of a second there. And Blaine now has a slight lead over Coon Rapids. Tamala King in the water for Coon Rapids. And for Blaine, we have Julia Robertstad.
Yeah, we saw both, certainly both Robertstad and Parsons swim well earlier in this meet.
Yep. And Blaine is pulling ahead a little bit there. The senior is pulling away from the 8th grader from Coon Rapids. I'd expect that to happen. Third leg in the water. And a nice start out of Aaliyah Perkins.
Yep. And then Alyssa Anderson in lane 6 for the Bengals. Next to her. Perkins did a nice job on the turn.
Yeah, good turnover out of Aaliyah Perkins. Doesn't get an opportunity to swim this relay very often because she's usually in the 100-yard backstroke, which is the next event. Justine with a little quicker start than Bronwyn on that. And like I said, starts are so important on this, and she allowed her to get a jump on the start, and it's going to be hard to make up.
Yeah, I mean, it's difficult. I can imagine it'd be difficult to make up, and that push off the wall is also important if you want to try and make something up here, but it looks like Acosta's going to touch the wall first.
And she lengthened a little bit of that lead on that she got on the start, but she anticipated the swimmer's touch better than Bronwyn and was able to get a slight lead over Bronwyn, and Bronwyn had to play catch up on that race.
Well, the Bengals will take first and third in this, and Cardinals with the second place finish.
I think Coach Donaldson will be happy with the 1:51 time on that relay. He didn't have his top sprinters in that. He had solid athletes, but I think he has a couple more that he could throw on there.
Well, you know, and I think too, Jamie, is that when you get an opportunity for some girls who don't typically swim in these events, if they're needed to swim late in these events later in the season, they've already got that opportunity under
exactly.
their belt.
And like I said, it's finding what you've got on your team and what the athletes can do, and getting them to believe in themselves. And so important in an athlete is having confidence in what you can do, and knowing you can do a lot more than you thought you could.
Well, Blaine will take they'll take first, third, and fourth, and the Cardinals will finish second. We'll take a quick break and back for the 100-yard backstroke.
Can you help me with this? My new dad teaches me all kinds of stuff. Sure.
He helps me with homework.
That would be 3.6795.
Thanks.
Yep.
He helps me with my decision making.
I wouldn't use this one. Ever.
And he's even teaching me how to drive.
And that's why cars have bumpers.
I'm learning so much.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of kids in foster care will take you just as you are.
Welcome back to Northdale Middle School pool, where the score stands 98-42 in favor of the Bengals. We are about to start the 100-yard backstroke in lane 1 for Coon Rapids. Olivia Zandrowski, Jordan Anderson for Blaine in 2, Megan Schultz for Coon Rapids 3, Isabel Stadden in 4 for the Bengals, Lizzie Giese in lane 5 for Coon Rapids, Annalise Bosley in lane 6, and Brownwood White, in lane 7 for the Cardinals.
It'll be a fun event here. Lizzie Giese from Coon Rapids is
in lane 5.
Is trying this event for the first time this year.
Wow!
Along with the other 3 Cardinal swimmers, and Isabel Stanton is one of the top backstrokers in the conference. And Lizzie would like to think that she can do the backstroke well, so we'll see if she can stick with Isabel. Now, Isabel swims it a lot, and so she'll have a little more experience in.
A great competition for her to be able to swim against one of the best swimmers in the conference.
Megan Schultz is Coon Rapids' top breaststroker, and she's taking the day off from the breaststroke and doing the backstroke tonight. And she's currently in 3rd place.
Well, Giese's staying right there with Stadden.
She is.
And that's good to see, considering this is first year trying this event.
Yeah. Something different.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it looks like you can tell Isabel swims it quite frequently. She knew what to do here.
Yeah.
Has the kick at the end, touches up in a 103.05. Not her best time this season, but not by any means a bad swim. 106 for Giese and a 108 for Schultz.
That's nice. The Cardinals will take 2nd and 3rd.
And Bosley from Blaine touches up in a 115.36 for 4th, and Jay Anderson 116.70 for 5th.
Yeah, nice race for Coon Rapids. It'll get that 2nd and 3rd, and we talk about all the time. It's nice to take some first, but always nice to take 2nd and 3rds as well. You try and build some points. So we'll take a break and be back with the 100-yard breaststroke right after this.
You know what, guys? There's a lot of tree branches and dry brush over here. We should probably move the bonfire over there.
I'm guessing Smokey liked that idea.
Welcome back to the Northdale Middle School pool. We're watching CTN's live presentation of girls high school swimming. For the most part, obviously, Blaine, Coach Jamie Law with me, has won this meet. But an opportunity for the Cardinals to continue to improve their scores,
exactly,
their times.
I mean, and as a coach, you're not competing necessarily against the team. Obviously, in a competition, you are, but you're always competing against the clock as a swimmer, and as a diver, you're trying to post the best scores you can possibly score. These swimmers out here mathematically probably realize the meet's over, but they can still improve times. They're still learning.
Absolutely. And those girls who aren't as used to swimming in certain events will continue to get experience, and I think that's the most important thing.
Blaine has Alyssa Parsons, state qualifier from last year, and the previous year out there. It's been one of the top breaststrokers in the conference for the last couple years. So she should walk away with this event. Coon Rapids is swimming some athletes that haven't done the event yet this year. Once again.
Oh, so this is their first one of doing it this year.
First time giving the breaststroke a try. Obviously, they do a lot of it at practice. It's just in competition they haven't done it yet. So Blaine is throwing some of their top breaststrokers at Coon Rapids in this event, and it's showing right now.
Blaine, just like Coon Rapids, obviously continuing to work on their game and continue to improve their scores.
Exactly. I mean, every conference meet you go to, you can post a conference top score, or, I mean, who knows, listen, tonight might get a conference, all-conference record, but 109.45, Alyssa's time.
Yeah, she won this one handily.
Yeah, she did. Touching second was Julie Robertstad in a 115.5. Ashley Sullivan in a 120.29, and then Lauren Robertstad over here in lane 1, Julia's sister, 123.1. Top Cardinal finisher is Tamla King, 8th grader, 133.08.
In 5th place.
Followed up by Callie Smith-Hansen at 138.83, and then Madison Volk, Maddie Volk at a 140.71.
So the Bengals take 1, 2, and 3, and we're going to take a break and be back for our final event of the evening, the 400-yard freestyle relay, right after this.
Michael Adams?
Here.
Michael Adams?
Here.
Michael Adams.
Michael Adams.
Students who miss 18 days of school in any grade risk falling behind and not graduating. Absences add up. Keep track at boostattendance.org today.
Welcome back to Northdale Middle School Pool, where the Bengals have won this meet. They have a commanding 107-62 lead, and we are at our final event of the season, 400-yard freestyle. Blaine is going to swim out of lanes 2, 4, 6, and 8, and the Cardinals will be 3, 5, and 7 here alongside Jamie Law. And Coach, talk a little bit about this event with the girls.
Yeah. Relay of 4 swimmers in the 400-yard freestyle relay, each one doing 100 yards. I mean, primarily as a coach, you're looking at getting, try to establish a lead if you can with that first swimmer to get some open water for your other team members. So you usually send off your second fastest swimmer on the relay and get some open water, and after that, anchor with your strong swimmer to come back if you have to, or lengthen that lead. And right now, Claire Hendrick is swimming against, from Coon Rapids, is swimming against Kinsey Johnson from Blaine. When we've already spoke, Kinsey is a strong competitor, and she's putting a good swim in the water against Claire. Claire's holding her own, and actually putting a nice finish on this race here.
Yeah, she really is.
Anything under that minute mark would be a nice split, and they're right at that minute mark, both girls, with Claire touching up with slightly ahead of her. Now in the water in lane 4 for Blaine is Sarah Knox, and for Coon Rapids, a 7th grader, Megan Schultz. Looks to be about, Megan with a very nice turn pulled ahead of Sarah in that on that wall down there, and we talked about turns being an important factor in swimming. When it's not a rest, it's just changing directions.
Yes.
And if you can make a move on the competition by getting a good quick turn, and they've got to react to your quick turn by either trying to catch up to you or, next time not fall behind. Megan right now is lengthening her lead on Sarah Knox from Blaine, and she's swimming in, and the next swimmer for Coon Rapids in lane 5 is Madison Volk, and for Blaine, Sydney Valaquette.
You talked about the turn, and this is important to get a good turn. If you don't get the good turn, you can obviously lose that lead. So it's important. You also made mention when you were swimming back in the day, 10th and 11th and 12th are only allowed to swim at the varsity level. Now you get swimmers in the 7th grade, an opportunity to get great opportunity at the varsity level to get some quality swimming in.
And it makes a huge difference, even if they're not swimming at the varsity level, to get the experience and see what competition's all about, and knowing what to expect at the varsity level, and it doesn't matter if the swimmer next to you is a 7th grader. You have to give them the respect that they deserve because they're in the varsity, and it doesn't matter what their age is. So it'll be swimming in general in the state has improved because of that fact. 7th and 8th graders are allowed to swim at the varsity level high school,
which is great because it does great things for them because they get so much more experience than they could have if they had to wait till they're a sophomore to swim at that level.
The top swimmers in the conference and on these teams, I mean, they're not swimming just for 3 months of the high school season.
Yes, and that I know.
They're training. Some of these athletes year-round, they'll take maybe a week or 2 off between the high school season and the club swimming, and then they'll get right back at it. But to be competitive at the state meet, you have to be swimming year-round.
Oh, yeah, you have to put in the time in any sport, obviously, but yeah, you definitely do.
So these athletes are, I mean, they're in good shape when they get to the high school season, and it shows because the times they're posting are impressive throughout the season. And the sport of swimming in the state of Minnesota is very good. You have to be in shape during the high school season before it starts to achieve those goals of state championships or even getting in the top 8 at the state. Samantha Janicek pulled away a little bit on the Coon Rapids swimmer brown and white. Blaine touches in 4:03, and Coon Rapids touches in a 4:07 for second place. And it looks like the team in lane 8 for Blaine will be doing a turn here. It looks like lane 2 will be taking second place.
Now, have you seen over the years, have you seen the level of competition just increase year after year in terms of quality swimmers, or has it been the numbers that have increased?
I think for the most part, the numbers have increased, and obviously the more numbers you have out for the team, I mean, the better chance you are going to find those swimmers in the rough. And then, as a 7th and 8th grader, you get them interested in the sport.
Right.
Then they go off and get their training in the off season.
Well, this has been a great opportunity for us to certainly to share your wealth and Coach Donaldson's wealth of knowledge to our viewers. You could fill at least my wealth, my knowledge in about a thimble.
Yeah. You always do a good job, and it shows in the fact that you love to watch the sport. It's hard not to like it because these athletes are competing and they're working hard.
But this is what we have coming up, Jamie, by the way. We've got Friday tomorrow, which is this 25th. We're in football. The Cardinals will take to the road and take on the Huskies. And then Tuesday, we're going to take to the road again for volleyball as the Cardinals will take on Iredale. And then the next Thursday, our first tennis match of the season, the Cardinals will take on the Pirates from Park Center. So that's what we have coming up. But we certainly want to thank you and Coach Donaldson for everything that you do to help us along the way as well, and certainly for giving us the time here tonight to make this a good broadcast and make it interesting for all the viewers.
Thanks for the opportunity. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Well, that's going to do it for us. And for head coach Doug Donaldson and Coach Jamie Law, I'm Howie Shapiro saying goodnight. Thanks so much for watching.